To say San Francisco's secondary was struggling prior to this Jacksonville game would be an understatement. And the key reason why they struggled so much was their cornerback, Isaiah Oliver. He was consistently giving up big plays, having questionable decisions, and San Francisco saw the same thing I saw on tape and decided to replace Isaiah Oliver. What they did in this Jacksonville game is slide Lenoir inside and then Ambry Thomas on the outside. And well, it actually worked pretty well. For instance, Ambry Thomas actually had the highest grade in pass coverage according to PFF. For the day, Thomas received a grade of 82.3. He played 34 snaps in coverage, only allowed 14 yards, had one forced incompletion, and also probably had the biggest play of the day for that forced fumble and touchdown. I mean, it would have been a touchdown if everyone didn't run on the field. It was an incredible play. So in this video, I want to go over how Ambry Thomas helped San Francisco turn around their season with this game. Right here, for instance, on this play, you can see how Ambry Thomas is a vital part of tying together the pass rush and the coverage. He's all over his man, and this allows the sack on the play. Thomas was able to do this whether he was in man coverage like that first play I showed you or in zone coverage like this play. And what I really like here about Ambry Thomas is how he's willing to attack the man that enters his zone. Many players will just kind of wait around and see what happens, but right here I love how Thomas is draped over his man and makes life hard on Trevor Lawrence. While having a corner who can truly shut down opposing wide receivers and play phenomenal coverage is vital for the position, maybe equally as important is their ability to tackle. And right here, I like to see how Ambry Thomas is aggressive and makes the tackle even though Dre Greenlaw kind of missed it. And I think this is an indicator of his progression from his rookie year to now. And the big reason for that, I have to say, is Steve Wilks. He made a big jump from last year to this year, and I saw it during the preseason. But I have been harder on Thomas, and I was overall impressed with him in this game. With that being said, I would like to see Thomas a little bit more aggressive in press man coverage, and I think this would stop him for getting some of these PI calls. For instance, right here, he's holding on to the wide receiver's arm, impeding his motion, and that's why he gets the penalty. But if you got up in the wide receiver's face, pressed him a little bit, it would be much harder for him to get a release like he did. On this play, Thomas does decide to press, and this forces both the wide receiver to be thrown off his route and allows Thomas to come up in zone coverage for the tackle once again. What a beautiful play by Thomas. Looking at Thomas's only reception he gave up on the day though, I still think Thomas had pretty great coverage. He's all over his man, and even though he gives up the catch, he stops him before he gets the first down, which was impressive. On this next play, you'll see one of Thomas's best skills, and that's his speed. He runs his 40-yard dash in 4.41 seconds. In comparison, Oliver only runs his in 4.5 seconds. Even though Thomas was playing on the outside, Lenoir is also faster than Oliver. But I'm talking about Thomas in this video, and he's running stride for stride with his man down the field with great coverage. Throughout the day, I was really pleasantly surprised by Thomas. I was thinking he wasn't going to do much this entire year, and I even questioned if he might even got cut earlier in this year. One thing I love is a corner, or any player for that matter, that really proves me wrong, and Thomas definitely did. He looks like he's much better than I anticipated, and a big reason possibly for that is because of his work with Charvarius Ward this offseason. This is what Ward had to say. AT was working out with me in Dallas a lot this summer. I tried to help his body get stronger and teach him how to be a pro and backpedal and everything like that. I definitely see improvement in his game, but you can get better every day. And Thomas definitely has been getting better seemingly every day, because last time I saw him, he would have got burned on this route. That little stutter step used to always get Thomas, but right here, I see the improvement of him as a player, which is incredible because the first couple years, he wasn't really improving that much. Often, it only takes one coach or one player to make a huge impact on your career. And perhaps Charvarius Ward and Steve Wilks could be the turning point Ambry Thomas needed in his career. I mean, he still has all the prototypical size you would desire in a corner. And with his improvements, it may be Thomas turning a corner. For instance, on this play, Thomas shows his aggression and his ability to strip the ball too. He was the one going for the strip on this play, picked it up, ran it all the way back for a touchdown. And on this play, you'll see his speed as well as his agility. juking out this wide receiver, but I also want to highlight how Trevor Lawrence probably deserved to get a penalty on this play. He tackled Thomas when he clearly already scored a touchdown, and I don't know why there's such a bias towards giving quarterbacks a penalty when you would definitely give, let's say, a Nick Bosa a penalty if he did that to your quarterback while he was running in for a touchdown. So while Thomas definitely had an impressive game, I still have a question mark about this slot cornerback position. Lenoir got burned a couple of times, and I still want to see maybe Womack or Darrell Luter Jr. get a chance to play corner if they have the opportunity once they're healthy. But if Lenoir is able to pick it up and perhaps get better over these next few weeks, San Francisco might have a solid secondary, which will tie nicely in with Chase Young killing your quarterback. Also, it's nice to see Jair Brown making tackles in this game. So with my thoughts of Ambry Thomas's performance out of the way, I'd like to hear your thoughts about this secondary down below. Do you like Thomas on the outside, or would you like to see him out of the game completely and go back to Oliver? Basically, how do you want San Francisco to address this cornerback position going forward? It would also mean a ton to me if you liked and subscribed, and as always, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.